Hi everybody, welcome to, it's me, Rogue Assassin, obviously. Welcome to, I'm doing Naruto Hollow Knight, obviously. Last time we left off, I hope I'm not wrong, we left off at the end of the Forest of Death. Basically, I told you that all 9 Biju are in one village, basically. And this village being the Leaf Village, obviously. They were holding the tuning exams, and I also said that I think six of the 9 Biju shall be entering the tuning exams, and 6 of the 9 Biju, as you can see on the screen, are basically One Tails, Gara, Two Tails, I think it's called Nihabi. I'm probably saying that wrong. The Three Tails, Four Tails and Five Tails will not be in the tuning exams because number one, they are jonin. Six Tails will be taking place. Seven Tails also taking place in the tuning exams. Eight Tail will be not taking place in the tuning exams because he's a jonin. Nine Tails will be taking place, obviously, because the Nine Tails is Naruto. The 8 Biju haven't sensed the Ninetales in Naruto yet because the Ninetales is very suppressed by unknown Biju and is being hidden by another monster. So basically, they can't see the Ninetales can see them, but they can't see the Ninetales. Basically like that. As now, basically, I think we stopped at the end of the Forest of Death. I'm quite sure we stopped at the end of the Forest of Death. If we didn't, I'm gonna give a recap what happened in the Forest of Death. Naruto and his team quickly made it out before even, the snake signing could strike. And even if he striked, it would be too much, basically, the village is on high alert, and if he striked at Sasuke now, basically, there would be more guards up when the Konoha crash is supposed to happen, so you rather give Sasuke the curse mark during the Konoha crash. So, continuing on, basically, continuing on, as I'm gonna give, how can you say it, the, how can you say it, a semi, what did they call, I think they call it a semi-battle, basically to eliminate a lot of the contenders that are in this, basically, they are heading to the finals, or basically the finals, as Naruto has learned a bunch of skills. Like I said, he's learned, let me just go over them with you. He's learned Flash Step, his Shadow Flash Step, Revenge of the Spirit, or his long range attack. This is basically equivalent to a demon shuriken that can follow you, basically. He's learned his attack, which is basically like a Getsuga, but it's white, so. And basically it's not a Getsuga. This is his samurai sword. His long samurai sword. It's like long as a samurai sword. And it looks like this. This is basically the shadow tendrils I'm talking about. This is his spirit form. This is what he looks like at his spirit form. That's his new thing I'm giving him. This is what happens if he basically Nine Tails roars, and this is what basically happens. An explosion like this happens. Flash step, obviously. We get into a better view. That's basically the muscle again, like I said. And continuing on, that's his seal, obviously, just recapping all the things he has. He doesn't have the swirl, he has that pattern in the middle of his seal. And the 3 people that will be joining him also in the battle that might assist him. And I think he's going to get a new weapon after this. You never know. So I'm going to cut to the battle. So semi-battle, what's happening? Let's cut to the contenders of this show. Hold up. Okay, semi-battle. Who's up first? Obviously, cannon style. Like basically everyone's paired up as cannon, as a lot of the people that are paired up together. Garver has his own team, obviously. Hold up, let me swap to their teams. Don't mind all the pictures that I'm passing. These are all what ifs and future what ifs that might come up. Like when I say future what ifs, I mean future what ifs. Future what if, future what if, another future what if, another future what if, future what if, another future what if, future what if, future what ifs. Yeah, you can see the what if I might be doing soon. Also, I'm also might be doing an animatronic. Okay, Killer Bee's team will consist of obviously the original three plus the two tails. Gabe's team and his sensei. His team will consist of not her, it will consist of Bubble Boy over here and one nobody. Basically, he's an unnamed shinobi. He's a nobody, and she will consist of two unnamed shinobis. So basically, side note, these two go into the finals. She's going to the finals. Gaba, Gava, and Kankuro is going to the finals, but not the third, but not him. Basically, he's not going to the finals. She's going to the finals. She's going She is also going to the finals. Like all three of them are going to the finals. And basically he's the sensei. And who's the sensei of the other three Jonin? Hold up, let me just go back past all these pictures. So many pictures. There we go. Who's their Jonin are all gonna fail. So the four tails Jonin, the five tails Jonin that they are teaching, all gonna fail. And the five tails and four tails and five tails are in the same village, basically the stone earth village. They're gonna fail, obviously. For some, oh, oh, I thought my thing was off there and you guys couldn't hear me. Continuing on now, we're going to continue to the tuning's battles. Basically, like I said, Four Tails tuning team is gone, already eliminated first round. Five Tails tuning battle already eliminated during the rounds. Gava's member, the puppet user, already eliminated. Uh, both of Fu's teammates already eliminated in the beginning, basically. Like I said, Bubble Boy and Three Tails, Six Tails and Three Tails shall be teams together, so their one teammate shall be eliminated. As we skip to Canon Style Naruto. Basically, Kiba versus Naruto, obviously. And because there was so much gaining, I need to take a lot of the people that were in the battles out. So basically Naruto and Kiba. So how would the fight start here? The fight would basically start with Naruto and Kiba bad mouthing each other. Kiba doesn't know the abilities Naruto has unlocked, as well. Naruto is also a bit smarter here, so he's gonna also come up with a plan to defeat Kiba instead of his stupid farting his face plan. So Naruto basically now Kiba starts the fight off, obviously with a fang of a fang. He lets down Akamaru. I hope I'm saying that right. Akamaru. I'm probably saying that wrong. Comment down below if I'm saying that wrong. Jeez, I probably said that wrong. I probably butchered that name. Okay, continuing on. Basically his dog partner, as he basically morphs into Naruto. As Naruto basically says, if you're gonna have a partner, so am I. As basically from out of the shadows, we get a person that manifests himself. And who is this person? Obviously, to represent Kiba. Hold up, let me just go all the way. Geez, so many pictures. for the Ghost, obviously. Ghost comes from within Naruto's shadow, as basically he's standing behind Naruto, as basically if Kiba's gonna have a partner, so is Naruto, is what he basically said. As basically Ghost hops on Naruto's basically shoulder, because now Naruto has gotten a bit taller, and now Ghost is basically as tall. Basically he can ride on Naruto's shoulder now, but Ghost is still a bit tall. Like when he's on Naruto's shoulder, he's still a bit like tall. As basically Ghost brings out his small knife, as Naruto brings out his Ichigo samurai blade, Ichigo style samurai blade, as basically they prepare to fight, as both Kiba and Akamaru do like before like just do a fang over fang, as basically like Ghost it's like just dashes towards Akamaru and Naruto dashes towards Kiba and they both parry. So basically they send the fang over fang away from each other. So basically like parry. As when Kiba then went out of the attack, Naruto did a flash step behind Kiba because Kiba is still very close by. And it's basically now Naruto is behind Kiba and sends a downward strike. Basically turning around, downward slice, as Kiba dodges before you got hit, as basically the sword like gets embedded in the ground, but Naruto picks it up like relative ease, as he points it at Kiba is like he points it at Kiba and he's like, as Kiba points his samurai blade at as Naruto points his samurai blade at Kiba, and he states that I've grown, Kiba, and I have abilities even our classroom doesn't even know I could do. Never even knew I could do. As everyone in the stands is basically surprised at Naruto's basically abilities. He's able to basically deflect the fang of a fang with his own blade. Basically both of them are. He's able to make a partner out of his shadows, what they think he made it. Technically it's its own life form and it's now fighting Akamaru. Again, I'm butchering the name. I know I am butchering the name. As we're gonna basically stop focusing on Naruto and focus on Ghost, as his fight is basically with Akamaru in his human beast transformation. As Akamaru does again, fang over fang, parries it. As when Akamaru like gets out of fang over fang, uh, Ghost flash steps behind him and basically cuts him once. But there was only one cut, so now they are having basically like an even fight. But Ghost is obviously stronger because then obviously stronger. As when Kiba like rushes to claw Ghost, Ghost just sidesteps slice. As basically Ghost didn't even get cut there, he just sidestep and slice. Like when the claw was getting to his skull, he just sidestep, slice, go under under the human transformation, and now now Akamaru has a big like how can I say knife like sword like small knife mark cut on his chest because he was running with his blade, and basically he was holding his blade up. So while he sidestepped, he cut Akamaru basically and then made the wound even worse by running underneath him and then stopping by his close to his stomach, you can say. As Akamaru is basically bleeding now, as when Akamaru turns, he just sees massive like a ghost figure hits him and explodes, sending Akamaru to the wall and basically in bed. Basically he just hits the wall, drops, detransforms, and basically is now in pain. As Ghost looks over to Naruto, as Naruto is having an not easier time. Naruto is basically fighting Kiba. As Kiba is trying to scratch Naruto, as we go back to Naruto and Kiba, as Kiba is trying to scratch Naruto, Naruto is sidestepping as he flash steps be like above Kiba, as he comes down with a strike. He basically impales his sword in the ground, and these tendrils basically come up, as he was basically aiming for Kiba, but Kiba was quick to dodge out of the way when Naruto jumped up, as these tendrils came out. As when Naruto took his sword out of the ground, the tendrils retracted as the shadow went away, as Naruto basically disappears again in a black. Naruto basically flash steps to Kiba as Kiba gets on the defensive. As he jumps back, Naruto is now in front of Kiba, and Kiba is basically, he's in mid-air right now. He jumped back, so he's in mid-air right now as Naruto sends out a Getsuga. This basically hits Kiba, sending him straight against the wall, and making a big, you can say, like a bang, basically a big bang from the impact of Kiba hitting the wall so hard, as Kiba basically is knocked out cold. As Naruto's thinking, I didn't want to go that hard on him, but heat of the moment, I guess. As he feels sorry for Kiba because he basically really injured Kiba. As I'm gonna continue now to basically Naruto wins his exams, and like I said, all 6 Jinchurikis do pass, obviously, to the finals. The people that do fail, obviously, as canon, Naruto gets pissed because Gara broke Lee's leg. He's pissed at that now. He has somebody to his butt. He basically he basically he his target is now Gara, as Gara's new target with interesting abilities, and basically his second new target is now Naruto. So Sasuke is the first target for Gara that he must kill, and Naruto is the second. As obviously Lee's leg is broken, to the point, Lee's leg is just broken. As also Hinata nearly died because of Neji nearly killing her, but the Jonin stopped her. Naruto did not stop Neji from nearly killing her. Naruto wanted to jump down there, but obviously he's not going to be fast enough. But the Jonin were there immediately, so yeah. And basically Naruto canon style is basically now giving another target to Neji, as that's the end of the tuning exams. As who else also failed? Well, obviously Sakura failed, Ino failed as well. Ino also failed, Sakura failed. Um, Let me guess. Tintin, I guess Tintin also failed because there are more people now in the tuning exam, so Tintin also failed. Basically, the smart one, can't get his name now. The smart one in the Leaf Village. Gosh, what is his name? Never mind that. He still passes. He's still going to face that fan girl, that girl with the massive fan on Gara's team, and she's still gonna lose, and he's still gonna forfeit. But there are 6 Jinchurikis now in the tuning exams. Just stating, there are 6 now. And that is including, I think, Naruto, because if I'm counting correctly, 1 tails, 2 tails, 3 tails, 6 tails, 7 tails, 8 tails. Yeah, 6, because including Naruto, there are 6 Jinchurikis in the tuning exams. But for what the tail only for what the rest of the 8 Jinchurikis know. There are only 5 of them in the tuning exams. They are kind of weirded out on Naruto's abilities. That he's fast. He can summon like a partner to assist him. Basically, they're confused on his abilities. They don't know what Kikagenkai he has. But I'm basically going to leave that off there, as everybody, basically, like I said, that is remaining, is heading to the finals. And now I have to prepare the finals. Give me a minute. Basically, from here on, it's just canon. Basically, Naruto still finds the perfect sage. Basically, the perfect sage still tells Naruto to find him, and Naruto finds him easier because Naruto's sensory abilities are a bit more. He's focused more on his sensory and chakra abilities. As perfect sage, basically, canon style teaches him the same things, the Rasengan, and instead of just like, and Naruto picks it up more faster than he did in canon. So Perfect Sage can also tell him the rest, that the Rasengan is an unfinished jutsu, and Naruto needs to add chakra nature to it. As instead of Naruto adding a chakra nature to his Rasengan, like wind, fire, or water, he added basically that basically the dark aura that I'm talking about now. He added ghost ability, the void, to his Rasengan, and it made it basically quite powerful. And this Rasengan is going to be used for tailed beasts mostly. Just side note, this tailed Rasengan is meant for tailed beasts. It's meant to seal away power. Just like the void is also meant to seal away power, so is basically all Ghost's ability is meant to do. Like Ghost was meant to be a perfect vessel to seal in the Master thing. The Moth thing, I call it Mothra. For some reason, I call it Mothra. I don't know what you guys call it, but I call it Mothra. It's meant to seal basically this thing in. That's what Ghost is supposed to be. He's meant to seal this thing in. Let me give you a better picture. That's basically the Void thing. Like I said, the Void's power. That's Ghost, that's Naruto, that's the final thing. This thing, it's meant to seal this thing. But now that it's not in use and it's already sealed this thing in, and Naruto has the power, he can basically seal, and here's a more visible description of what it is. Naruto can seal basically anything in this power. If you get hit by, like, if you like get like tangled up by the tendrils, or get hit by shadow, like a shadow missile that Naruto can summon, or even get hit by Naruto's sword, your chakra will slowly be, how can I say, suppressed. As Kiba basically didn't take note that his chakra was slowly getting suppressed, or basically like suppressing, the sword was suppressing his chakra every time, and at the same time it also steals chakra. No one actually noticed this because it's such a small amount, but Naruto wasn't doing that much damage. All he was doing is blunt damage, not actually cutting damage. And Naruto was actually doing cutting damage, like Ghost did to Akamaru. Basically, he would take more portions, like a very bigger portion of chakra, and suppress another big portion of chakra against his opponent. And if like he has if the opponent has long contact to either the tendrils or the sword or even the missile, if he like basically gets hit with that repeatedly, his chakra will get slowly depleted and slowly suppressed as time goes on. Basically, I gave you a bad interpretation. Just think of it like the Jinchuriki seal that Naruto has. Yes, the seal on his stomach. He can basically turn it to open the cage and close it to like basically suppress the Naruto's power. And basically, it's the same thing here. The more he uses his basically void abilities, he suppresses a person's chakra and steals it. even if it's Jinchuriki chakra. It can just be like the void will just change it to basically, how can I say it, increase the person that's using his abilities, or he'll change the energy in such a way to benefit the vessel that the person is using his void to fight with. I give you another bad I'll give you another bad interpretation. I'll give you another bad. It's just another bad explanation, basically. It's another bad explanation. But I'm going to continue on this. Obviously, the same thing happens, but Jiraiya does not know that Naruto has these abilities, because Jiraiya is only entering the village now. He wasn't there to see Naruto fight the first time, and he's only going to see Naruto fight during the finals. So I'm going to do a time skip here. Naruto has learned how to basically combine two natures. His void, and Naruto has been training on his own without Jiraiya, basically. And he's been training not with Ghost. He's been training, hold up, let me find her, with Silk. And Naruto has unlocked a new sword, or a new weapon per se. Naruto has unlocked Silk's Needle, which is a long spear. Basically a long rapier. Sword style. Rapier. So basically it's still the same size as Naruto's first sword. It also can be swinged like a normal sword, but also used as a rapier. This is basically to target chakra points, pressure points. Basically chakra points and pressure points. Naruto has been training with this like for quite a while now, and also Naruto has been training with this like Naruto has been studying the human body, because Silk already told him that he's gonna need to learn how to use, how can I say it, he's gonna need to learn how to find pressure points in the body. And in secretly, the thing that I haven't been telling you is Naruto has been training with basically reading books about medical, and also asking Lady Tsunade a few things about the medical ninjutsu. Like, Lady Tsunade was confused, like why would Naruto want to know about medical ninjutsu, but she still teaches him. She doesn't teach him perfectly, like she teaches him how to heal. She teaches him she teaches him how to heal. She teaches him how to cure poison, and she teaches basically the chakra points, and basically chakra points and certain points that will like either prevent the body from moving, stop the body from moving completely, or basically seal chakra and lock chakra down. And Naruto has been training this for during the wave. Like basically when he came back, he's been training with us. And Naruto has been training in secret. That's why I never told you guys. I mean, Naruto is gonna have to learn this stuff, because his new weapon is gonna rely on him knowing this. Naruto has basically gotten a good grasp on medical ninjutsu, as he knows a lot of chakra points and certain like certain points where it will just shut down either your arm. Your arm will just go limp, or your leg will go limp. Basically, he's been studying the body. As Naruto has been training also with his new weapon, as he's been like swinging, poking, and basically fighting with his clones. And he's been practicing sealing chakra points and certain points in the human bodies with his clones. And it's this is a pretty interesting weapon, as basically Naruto is on the level of a Hyuga. He's basically, with this weapon, he's basically exactly on the same level as the opponent he's going to be fighting now. His next target, which is Neji Hyuga. He's basically same level, but only with this weapon. If he uses his sword, then he's gone. Basically, he's a bit stronger than Neji. I haven't told you all the abilities that that sword, his first sword can do, but uh, his first sword can really do as powerful attacks. I'll just keep that to myself for now. I'm going to continue. Okay, continuing. We're going to skip to the exams. Basically, there's a lot of people here from the Stone Village, the Hidden Cloud Village, the Mist Village, wait, not the Mist Village, Stone Village, Cloud Village, Mist Village, yes, Mist Village, Kumo Village is also here, um, and gosh, also the Sand Village. There's one more village I am missing, I just don't remember what the village's name is. Basically, all five nations are here. And all five Kage are also here in the Kage box. And even so, Kage thinks this is going to be a very interesting day because all five Kage are in one place, the Leaf Village, to watch their new, how can I say it, Genin get promoted to Jonin. Or basically tuning, not tuning, yeah, to tuning. As we're going to continue to the fight. So the first fight, obviously, is going to be basically, it's still like, basically it's canon until like Naruto's fight. Naruto's fight is a bit more earlier, but it's a lot of canon fights. So basically Shikamaru, there we go. Shikamaru and the fangirl goes more earlier. Basically same thing happens, canon, and a lot of the like the ninjas that made it into the tuning exams that nearly passed. Sorry about that. Sorry if you heard that sound. Basically, gosh, now you're flat again. Hold up, guys. Give me a minute. one of the contenders. Give me a minute to while I flash through the pictures. Okay, the contenders are 6 of them. Naruto's next opponent shall be the Two Tails, which is the Nihobi. But before then, the people that will fight next shall be Three Tails versus Seven Tails. I don't know if the Three Tails is going to be brutal or not, but I'm just going to say he is. And the Six Tails will be basically the odd one out. So, no, the Six Tails will have to fight Gaara. While basically Two Tails has to fight Naruto, Three Tails has to fight Fu, which is Seven Tails, Six Tails has to fight the One Tails, and Sasuke's the odd one out. So Sasuke will have to fight. Basically, Sasuke has to fight one of the winners of the contestants, but I'm going to continue with the bee juice. I'm going to continue the fight right now, and if I'm talking quite quietly right now, it's because I'm in a noisy area and I don't want to disturb some other people. So, okay. Our first fight will be Gaara versus the Six Tails. Let's go. Give me a minute while I get to my quiet section again. actually put so I'm going to stop it here, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell if you like this video. I might be posting more what ifs, and maybe I might be posting a new what if. So bye, ta-ta to all.